Hello everyone, it's me Manjari Luitel and today I will present a sustainability evaluation of Rastriya Banijya Bank Limited. This presentation critically evaluates the bank using special triple bottom line and ESG frameworks, followed by actionable recommendations based on an ISO 14001 aligned environmental management systems. To start, let's look at the organizational context behind this study. Rastriya Banijya Bank Limited or RBBL is a state-owned public commercial bank in Nepal that provides retail, corporate, and government financial services through its nationwide branch and digital network. I selected RBBL for this analysis based on my internship experience in its customer service and loan departments, which provided first-hand exposure to lending documentation and operational process. This experience helped me connect the sustainability analysis with actual banking practices. With that background in mind, let's move to the central position of this evaluation. Drawing on FPA and colleagues 2025, RBBL can currently be considered only partially sustainable because stated sustainability values do not necessarily translate into measurable outcomes. The bank's most significant sustainability impact may come not from its own paper or energy consumption, but from the environmental and social risks associated with the businesses it finances. Therefore, this evaluation uses special to identify external sustainability pressures, TBL and ESG to assess performance and EMS as a mechanism for improvement. To understand the external pressures affecting RBBL sustainability position, let's examine three key pestle factors. First, from an environmental perspective, the indirect environmental risks associated with finance project may be more significant than the bank own operational footprint, yet formal environmental screening within loan appraisal remains limited. Second, from a legal perspective, regulatory expectations increasingly require environmental and social risks to be considered in lending decisions. Third, technology provides opportunities to reduce paper use and improve efficiency. However, as highlighted by Ula and colleagues 2026, digitalization becomes meaningful from a sustainability perspective only when it produces measurable resources, savings, and strengthened decision making. Now let's evaluate RBPL current sustainability position using the triple bottom line and ESG perspectives. On the positive side, as noted by Karmacharya and colleagues 2025, the people dimension is supported through financial inclusion, employment, and access to banking services. The profit dimension is reflected through financial intermediation and operational efficiency, while the planet dimension provides opportunities for green financing. However, significant gaps remain as emphasized by Azad and colleagues 2026. Environmental and social considerations are not sufficiently embedded into lending, monitoring, and accountability process. This creates a risk that sustainability remains more reputational than substantive, where commitments are communicated but measurable outcomes are not sufficiently demonstrated. To bridge these gaps, four ISO 14001 aligned actions are recommended. First, baseline and targets. RBBL should measure energy, paper, water, and waste and establish clear reduction targets. Second, risk screening. Environmental and social screening should be integrated into loan appraisal and monitoring to address the major environmental and legal gaps. Third, PDCA cycle. Following Thapaliel and colleagues 2025, the bank should apply the plan, do, check, and act cycle to support continuous improvement. Finally, green lending targets. Based on Lalon and colleagues 2025, RBPL should establish measurable green lending targets and incorporate them into management review. Importantly, an EMS can strengthen environmental risk identification and monitoring, but it cannot resolve every sustainability issue on its own. Government, social accountability, and responsible lending practices must also be strengthened. Finally, let me summarize the key takeaway. RBBL can currently be considered partially sustainable. Although sustainability values and positive social contribution exist, they are not yet fully supported by measurable environmental risks management within lending activities. An ISO 14001 aligned EMS integrated with credit risk screening, measurable lending targets, and management review could transform these commitments into measurable and accountable sustainability outcomes. Therefore, RBBL next step should be to move from positioning toward demonstrable sustainability performance. And here these are the reference. Thank you for your time.